Hi, it's Jen with Journey with Jen again, and today I wanted to talk about a couple of things that are near and dear to my heart. And this is a little bit about vulnerability today because I'm going to talk about triggers. And some people may be familiar with the term triggers because of PTSD or panic attacks. I've had both in my life, and so triggers for me are very individual, and that's pretty typical for triggers to be that way. One of the triggers that I have has to do with misophonia, which is a sensitivity to certain sounds. If you Google misophonia, you'll find that it means either selective sound sensitivity or that it references a panic attack like symptoms or fight or flight response after certain triggers. And very typical triggers would be, a dog drinking water, or people chewing gum or talking while they're eating, making smacky mouth noises. This could be from romantic movies or just people that are, like to talk while they're chewing gum, or clicking pens, keyboard clicks, mouse clicks, people tapping pens on a table. All of these little things vary from person to person, but for me, my biggest triggers are dogs drinking water, which is hard because I've been grooming dogs for quite a long time, and they will often, out of a unique environment that they're not used to, they'll lick because of stress or because it's a habit. They'll lick their paws, or they'll lick just because they're salivating as a response to stress. Just like when they go to the vet, when they go to a groomer, they tend to salivate a little bit more because of the stress of something new. So anyway, also they're not in control. So when they have someone picking up a foot or positioning them on a table or anything where they're not in control, they're going to be a little bit more anxiety prone. So it comes up in grooming. It doesn't bother me in grooming because I groom with earplugs. I live in earplugs, which has actually kind of backfired on me a little bit because I've protected my hearing so well, and it's already pretty sharp, that it's actually, I think, made my ears a little bit more sensitive. And it's given me a lot of relief, and also a something to focus on as far as if I'm protected or if I'm not protected. So I get a little nervous when I don't have any earplugs in the area, which is rare because I have earplugs in every room in the house. I'll tuck them in my shirt, or a pocket, or my purse. I always have earplugs. It's a self-defense for me to have earplugs. If I don't, and say I'm at a busy restaurant, it's tricky. It depends on who I'm with. Some people are great, and others are not so great. And so for me, what happens is a fight or flight response. So if you have something in your life that is a trigger, whether it's misophonia or something that's very unique to you, where you have either a panic attack or just anxiety, just want to let you know, one of the things that's helped me is to find a specific support group online on Facebook. Specifically, there's any kind of support group you could want on Facebook these days. So when I went and joined up with a support group for misophonia online, I was surprised to actually learn a few things I hadn't thought of yet, as far as like sound canceling earphones. Like when you go to a movie, you can request sound canceling earphones to block out all the popcorn chewing around you and things of that nature, and just hear the movie. And that can be a game changer for someone that loves movies and has having to give that up for fear of triggers and having embarrassing attacks in public. So anyway, I would encourage you, if you are suffering from triggers, that you go find a support group. And these places are usually very good at giving you some different thoughts and some different ideas. Also, just plain support to let you know, you're not crazy, you're not out there by yourself, and just not alone with this. And so that was a huge help for me to know that, there are ideas that I can share that will help others, and I can pick up some ideas there too. White noise is a great, great invention. There's white noise apps on the phones these days. I have my favorites, and if it's not enough to have it on my phone, like if there's a social situation where I can't obviously be playing white noise, it's going to drown out someone's conversation or something, then I can always put my earphones in and play myself white noise or music. But white noise is designed to cancel out ambient sounds and certain tones that are triggers for me. Usually in the white noise apps, you have different choices for either white noise, gray noise, pink noise. You're gonna have to look that up to find out what that means, because I don't know enough about it. But I'll let you know that there are different white noise apps, machines that you can buy, like at Bath and Body places will be a good choice for a white noise machine. This can also help you concentrate if you're trying to work and you've got background conversations going on, or a movie in the background if you work at home like me. It's really a godsend to be able to drown that out and just have some relief. So here's an interesting concept. I've had friends tell me, you need to get over that. You need to work on that, and you need to, get better at that. It's no way to live. Like I signed up for it, okay? Like I said, one day I'm just gonna be a diva, and I'm just gonna need things that make everybody else's life hard. So no, I didn't do that. This is something that I have worked at, of course, but it's there isn't an easy cure, and there's days when it's harder than others. If I'm more sensitive, if I haven't slept or eaten, if I've done too much and I'm kind of running on empty, I try not to do that. You can see my other video on the fuel gauge, or how to keep your energy high. I recommend that video. And that is one big way to avoid triggers, is not put yourself in a position where you're extra sensitive due to not enough sleep. Just basic self-care. If you keep your fuel tank high, checking on Gunner, he's out there grazing, so giving him some time. Oh, there, let's put him in the picture. So give yourself enough fuel in your fuel tank at all times to not put yourself in a position to be easily triggered. If you find yourself triggered, though, give yourself some permission to get out of there, before it gets too bad. These social pressures of, not offending anybody, or not creating an awkward situation, worrying too much about what other people will think if you leave. Why do they think you're leaving? That's none of your business. It's not what other people think. That took me a while. That's a whole other video there. It's none of my business what other people think of me. It isn't. So that's just permission. Just give yourself permission. If you're waiting for that, I'll give it to you. If you can't give it to yourself yet, if you're not there, I'll give you permission. Okay? Go and take care of yourself, because you can't help anybody else until you take care of yourself. So a little bit on triggers there. If you'd like to share part of your journey, which is the whole reason for this channel, is sharing my journey, listening to you, and I'm really interested in you sharing your journey too when it comes to these topics too. So please leave a comment. Let me know what your triggers are and what has helped you the most, whether it's support groups or certain tools that you use that are your favorites, or epiphanies that you've had. Please share, because know that I will read the comments, and that's where I get a lot of my ideas also for some of the videos that come up. So if you have something related that you want to hear about, or you have questions about what I've said, please leave a comment. I will respond. Thanks for checking in today. Enjoy this gorgeous sunset here with me, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.